Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Right now, I've got to share some extremely exciting news with you. Now, this comes off the project, off their Facebook page. They have they've shown this picture, and it basically says there's a bagel brand. It's a Kiwi bagel brand.
Yeah.
And it's offering free DNA tests for Aussies to find out how French they really are. And to anyone who can prove they are slightly French, they can win a year's worth of free bagels from this brand.
Yeah, it's a big one. And, you know, bagels...
Who doesn't love bagels?
Everyone loves bagels.
Bit of cream cheese on a bagel?
Don't lie if you say you don't like bagels. Because everyone does. And, you know, this is a very, very cool prize to win a year's supply of bagels. And I'm having a look at the stats here, Tom, about French people in Australia. Apparently, 16% of Australians don't know their heritage.
Wow.
8% of Australians speak French.
Wow.
And I'll tell you another fact. Me and you are slightly French.
We are slightly French.
We are.
And that's all you need to be, slightly French, to win this year's worth of free bagels.
Well, the Kiwi bagel place is, they're only asking for slightly French one, and they're actually offering DNA tests.
For free?
Yeah, for free. So, yeah, you can easily find out whether you're French or not, and whether you're entitled to these bagels.
Unless my grandparents have been lying to me my entire life, yes, partly French. How much? I don't know, but hey... Because of this, we want the Fresh fam now to get involved. Give us a buzz now and convince us that you're French.
That's it. Join the Slightly French Club. It currently consists of me and Tom. But if you claim that you're French and you want to be a part of our cool club, where maybe once in a blue moon, every 6 months, we'll eat some bagels and croissants.
Yeah.
Then you can feel free to call up and you know, try and put one past us. Just try and swindle us. Even if you aren't French, we'll try and sniff you out.
That's it. As two slightly French men, I'm sure we could sniff out the people trying to pull a fast one by us.
100%. We will sniff you out. We'll ask all the hard-hitting questions. What your favourite flavour croissant is? Maybe a few words here and there. So just try.
Let's go straight to the callers. Here we go. Giannis and Felix Stowe, convince us that you're French.
Yes, I'm French. Oui, je suis français.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know, Tom. That sounded kind of authentic.
Yeah, that did have a good authentic... Hey, Giannis, do you speak French fluently?
Oh, oui. Yes, absolutely.
Can you give us a sentence, maybe like, I'm going to walk the dog?
Ah oui, alors je promène le chien. Bonjour, je m'appelle Yanis. Je viens de Paris, j'ai 21 ans.
Okay, geez, I don't speak French. So
oh, hang on. I'm jumping on the translator. Hang on, one sec. It's a bit misspelt. I feel like there was a word he did say. He did say that. I'm going to say Giannis is French.
Giannis, you got the tick of approval. Can you tell us are you actually French?
Yes, oui, je suis français.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Hey, welcome to the Slightly French Club, Giannis. You're probably a lot more French than me and Callum because you can speak it and everything. But, hey, you could go in the draw to win a year's supply of bagels thanks to this Kiwi bagel brand. Do you reckon you'll get on that?
Yes, of course.
Hey, good on you. Thanks, Giannis. Thanks for getting involved. We're going to move on to our next caller, Callum, and see if we can sniff it out. It's Renee in Salisbury Park. Renee, good morning. Can you convince us that you're French?
Well, I can do because my name is Renee and I do love to climb the Eiffel Tower and eat frog's legs and croissants, and to wash it down, I love to drink wine.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, they're the hallmarks of French culture, I feel. So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's what you would say if you were to pretend to be French. That's what I would say. Not that I have to because I am slightly French.
Renee, can you speak any French?
Oui.
We are... Nah.
Oh, see, I don't know. I'm kind of in two worlds, but I'm leaning more towards a no.
It could be a tomfoolery, but in my French blood, I'm thinking it's a no.
All right, we're gonna say no. Sorry, Renee.
Okay.
Are you French?
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
no.
Wow. Oh, no.
Oh, well, hey, welcome to the Slightly French Club then. Sorry,
It's only partial, yeah. It's only like 2%.
Oh, I don't even know I'm that much, Renee. Good on you. Thanks for getting involved.
Tom, should we give away another mystery prize? Because we do have another caller on the line.
We do.
See if
Hey,
they're deserving enough.
we're going to go all the way to Brisbane. We got Bjorno on the phone. Bjorno, convince us that you're French.
It is buongiorno.
Buongiorno, I think, is Italian.
No, buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Oh, Buongiorno. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oui.
All right. Have you been to France before? Have you done a visit, or were you born there?
I was born there. Yeah,
Born
I
there?
came over when I was 15.
Where were you born? What city?
Paris.
Paris.
Paris,
Okay. You would
okay.
say it like that. And what's your favourite thing to do in Paris?
I like to go to the Eiffel Tower and see the sights. Have some cheese and some pastries.
Tom, I don't know. I've been to France, and the French don't really care about the Eiffel Tower. It's kind of just sitting there. It's not their big thing.
I like to go drink the wine.
I reckon Bjorno's pulling a quick one on us.
I reckon he is too. I reckon Buongiorno is a fake name as well. It sounds fake.
It does sound a little fake. Hey, Bjorno, we're going to lock in you're not French. What are you French?
Nah, no.
Wait, is this Sean?
Yeah.
He called up the other day with a mystery prize.
You've done a swift one. We've still got your location as Brisbane. We feel like you might be the only guy from Brisbane calling. You've just swapped your name to Bjorno.
I'll try and twizzle on you again.
No mystery prize for you.
Yeah, you did pretty well. Good on you, Sean. Thanks for keep getting involved, mate. Oh, jeez.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Callum,
Yes.
I experienced a bit of a spook last night.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you know what's weird though is that, we come to the table, we meet up, and I feel like it's a regular-ish occurrence that we'll say, oh, something pretty scary happened last night. We're both pretty easily spooked guys. That, something will go bang in the middle of the night, and the next morning we come to work and you're like, geez, it was a rough sleep last night. I think Freddy Krueger might have been in my room.
You're not going to believe it. No, what happened was I was driving down to the footy oval just to have a bit of a dob.
Spooky.
Right? Yeah.
Spooky.
Scariest part, yeah. And as I'm driving down like this little back street, suburban street, there's these two small children,
Yeah.
right? And they're in their school clothes, like in their dresses, and they're just by the curb, and they're sort of down on their knees playing in the grass,
Right.
in front of the house. And then as I'm driving up and past them, they both sort of stop playing and they look up and stare at the car. And it's like a 40 zone, so I'm going pretty slowly. And they're staring at the car, and then I kind of look back at them, and then they both simultaneously pop their hands up and start waving to me, right?
Wow.
And then they don't smile or anything. It's like they're looking through my soul and waving. And then I waved back and like smiled. And then they both stopped waving immediately and just stared at me go off in the distance.
All right, I'm going to put my paranormal investigator hat on, partially because I want to debunk it, but also for that reason because it is scaring me a little bit. So it gives me hope that maybe it isn't as scary as it sounds. So my first question, what was the time setting? How dark was it?
Okay, so this is only the first instance, right?
Okay.
Happened a couple times at this last night, but this is daytime. This is probably about 5:30.
Right.
Like the sun is still well and truly up. It's still like the safer part that I left out on purpose. Both their parents were like right behind them.
Okay.
So they were there. They were there supervising.
They were on a school excursion. There was an entire
yeah.
bus there with supervisors and teachers.
It's not like they were like the twins from The Shining.
Come and play with us.
Still, nonetheless, the simultaneous looking up and the non-smiling and how everything was in sync and the double uniform is very shining like.
So I was like, well, that was creepy, but
Yeah.
whatever. Moved on with my day.
It's something you can move past.
Yeah, no dramas. So now I'm driving back, right? I've been out there for a little bit. It's pitch black, basically, now. It's probably about 6:45-ish. And as I'm driving back, I pull up to a roundabout. And then, once again, I see these two children in, like, hoodies, all covered up, just sitting on a random bench in front of the roundabout. It was the creepiest thing ever.
And my question for this one as well, how old are the kids? Because if they're young kids, it's creepy. If you're saying kids in the general sense as if they're like 14-year-old, just like teenagers loitering on a bench.
That's scary for a whole nother reason. Yeah, that's not spooky. That's
I might get jumped by
hide my wallet.
14-year-old adolescents.
To be honest, they're probably about 12.
They had scooters.
Oh, Davo, Tom and Callum podcast. Oh, Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
I'll have what she's having.
Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Tom, everyone glamorises the European nightlife scene.
Yeah.
You know, you see everyone in their holiday pictures over there. Everyone's over in Europe at the moment. You see them in bars, nightclubs.
Yeah, I feel like for the last 3 months, everyone's just been over in Europe.
Yeah. Like, where's our invite?
Yeah, I know.
It looks like one big party with everyone
Europe
we
sounds
know.
great right now.
But, what if I were to tell you there's a little bit of an underbelly in these clubs and nightclubs?
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's not as glamorous as it seems because in Kavos in Greece, it's in the south of Corfu, there's been a big nightclub, a really big one over there, that's had a bit of a tax order. It's been audited and had people investigate the sort of scene, look at cameras, look at the money, look at all their inner doings.
Sure.
And they've found that a lot of the drinks that are left over, so if you're sitting there having a drink, you're dancing, you put it down, put your vodka down, it's about 3/4 full, you just had enough, you're going home.
Yeah.
They're taking those discarded drinks and putting them into shots and reselling them.
No. That's disgusting.
That's it. Reselling discarded shots. So, it's obviously caused a massive fuss. It's prompted a bunch of further investigations, and the place will probably get shut down.
Yeah, that is gross,
Can you imagine
isn't it?
the backwash show? Because, if you're getting to the point where you're not wanting to drink your drink anymore, you might be a little bit sick.
God, so is this just, do you reckon that this is just towards the end of the night they're doing it? Or is this, from the get-go? They're saving bottles up of discarded drinks to use as shots?
I don't know. It's criminal, though.
That's foul.
It's off, isn't it? Imagine being the worker as well, being told to do that, to go around the place, grab these drinks and, fill up some more. And then you're watching people. It's like out of spite. You're watching these people have the drink. Probably a bit of grimace on their face. They're probably like, this tastes a little bit off.
It tastes a little watered down. That was vodka soda.
Yeah, from the last gentleman. You see that man in the suit? It belonged to him.
Compliments of him.
That's why it's discounted.
That'll be €3. No, we want to talk about how gross was your workplace, or how gross is your workplace. And we've actually got our producer, Fem, in the studio with us right now. Fem, good morning. You have a bit of a wild story.
Yeah, I do. So this one comes from my mum, but when she was at uni, she worked in a restaurant and they'd usually put salads on the side of the meals.
Yeah, sure.
But a lot of the time people wouldn't eat the salad, so they'd come back. But the boss would always tell the waitresses and stuff to recycle the salad and just plate it up onto the next plate for the new customers.
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. That's cooked.
Yes, it is.
That's raw.
Yes, it is.
How do you reckon Gordon Ramsay would feel coming into that establishment?
Oh, I think he'd have a conniption if he went in there. He would not be happy.
I reckon that would make headlines of kitchen nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be episode 1. That's what you kick the season off with to get people intrigued in the show. That is horrible because I guess sure, they're going off the idea that people aren't going to eat the salad. So in your right frame of mind, you think it can be reused. But, there's still the chance that people are, their spit's going in the salad. There's, there's still eating going on.
There's schnitzel crumbs have gone into the salad.
I
mean, even just if you're putting dressing on the salad, how soggy it's going to be for the next person.
Yeah, that's foul.
Right?
Yeah, it doesn't even bear thinking about. It's just wrong on so many levels, recycling salad.
How gross was your workplace, Adelaide? Or how gross is your workplace if there's something going on? We'll keep you absolutely anonymous.
We'll keep it anonymous. We won't report it to Mr. Gordon Ramsay. You will not be getting a visit from him, but yeah, let us know.
Got a couple of texts come through here. This one is... I don't know. This one I think might top the shots one. I had a guy who kept microwaving curried fish. I was right next to the kitchen and it made me sick. I even went homesick 3 times. He was the HR guy. So the only person I could complain about to it was the guy doing it.
Wow. Imagine that.
That's
I feel like
rough.
in my head, HR gets a lot of more serious complaints.
Yeah.
It is a funny thing to go to HR and be like, this guy's cooking
He's
fish in the
microwaving
microwave.
curried fish.
No, you don't understand, mate.
I'm next to the kitchen.
It's a biological hazard.
The other text here. I used to work at a certain pizza chain. Went to make a marinara pizza. A fly had played maggots in the tub of prawns. Boss told me to wash them off and still use them.
That's horrific.
Nah, that's no good.
Now, what kind of boss?
What kind of sick degenerate?
I know. What? Yeah, that's
no good.
a
Hey,
terrible one.
we're going to go over to Darlington. We got Joran on the line. Joran, how gross was your workplace?
Yeah, so I used to work at a pretty well-known chicken place, and I once witnessed quite a few times, actually, one of the staff there dropping the chicken onto the floor and then quickly picking it up and throwing it back on the grill.
Disgusting! Wait, and this happened multiple times, you said?
Yeah, this happened multiple. Like, it just sort of became a thing, and I was like, this is disgusting considering the floors were just, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, as well, like, you're paying for this service. You'd hope that you're not getting floor chicken.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
It sounds like if it's a repeat offender, just like he's adding a new batter to the chicken, just he enjoys like slapping it on the ground and adding some new flavour or something.
No good. Hey, thanks for getting involved, Joran. Hey, we got Mandy over in Enfield. Mandy, can you walk us through how gross your workplace was?
Yeah, so I started at this new sandwich shop, and my manager hated it. Was like a chain, and my manager hated it. So what we would do is we'd have all these vegetables and things like that out, and you'd write the date that you need to throw the vegetables away because they're past their due date or whatever. And then instead of replacing it with new vegetables, we just kept changing the date. So we're using really, really old vegetables on everyone's sandwiches. And it got disgusting though.
Yeah,
but I still eat there.
You still
okay, I guess.
Because I love it so much and I don't care. It is what it is. I haven't got sick yet.
No, it's not. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It builds up your health.
I get, yeah. I suppose that could be an anomaly. It could be the one franchise in that chain. Like maybe not everyone does it.
Let's hope so. Thanks for getting involved, Mandy. We're going to go to Laurel in Richmond. Laurel, your story is wild. Can you tell us about your gross workplace?
Okay, so I worked for a refrigerated transport company.
Yeah.
And basically we had a big pallet full of kangaroo tails that were supposed to be delivered a long way away.
Yep.
It got dropped on the floor of the truck. So it came back to the place and sat there for about 4 days at the first time. Then we got a surprise audit. So the boss said, put it on a truck, paid a driver to drive around with it in the back of the truck all day so that we didn't get caught with it with the audit.
You're joking.
And then brought it back.
Imagine being that guy.
Yes,
With that stench driving around for a few hours.
That's right. And the worst part was, instead of getting rid of it when it came back, it went into the freezer for a further 6 days.
Oh, no.
At which point my staff were actually threatening not to show up for work because of the smell. Before they finally got rid of it.
They're on protest. Right. I'm not that familiar with kangaroo. Like I've only had it a few times. What does a tail smell like when it's in that state?
Mate, it was horrible, and it still had the fur on and everything. They're standing over it.
Oh,
somewhere.
no. The fur has ruined my morning.
It's ruined a lot of people's mornings. Once again, in the breakfast slot, a lot of people eating breakfast.
Thanks so much for getting involved, Laurel. That's an insane story.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Tom, we like to undertake big things on this show, and one of those things is trying to have our beat played that we made, and we wanted it to be sampled by Hayden James.
It's pretty evident that neither of us are ever going to be, major international DJs. First of all, because neither of us know how to work our way around a deck.
God, have you seen those things? We have
complicated
the DJ decks here. I get scared when I lean on it and it starts spinning around, and I think, crap, I'm putting something to air.
Well, the other day I saw it was left on, so I tried to turn it off. I was hitting a button that above it said on off. Apparently, that was not the right button to hit.
Yeah.
I've just messed up something.
There's a hell of a lot of buttons on that thing, but, we gave it a crack, we made a beat, and we interviewed Hayden James, obviously a fresh favourite DJ and, a bit of a superstar.
Yeah.
And we gave him a beat to which he didn't really want to use.
Here it is. Here's our beat. What did you think about that?
The snare's pretty in time.
I like it. It's not my style, but it's cool. I can see it being played at a festival. I'd pass this off to like Adam and Ruben at Peking Duck.
And we took that literally.
We took it very literally, Tom. We thought, hey, we'll get our boss to send the management of Peking Duck a little email and see if they would be interested in sampling our next mega hit.
Now, we didn't send them the beat. We wanted to get them on the show.
Well, we got to keep them in suspense. We don't want them to, we don't want them to steal it, for one.
That's it.
We want the verbal confirmation over the phone or something of them listening to it and saying, hey, that's really good. Yes, we'd like to take it, or no, we don't.
Exactly right. And Callum, we did email them earlier this week, and last night we got a response. Now, we haven't looked at it yet. Our boss has read it. She hasn't told us what it entails. She's just forwarded it on, and we're going to do a live reading together here on air.
All right, so this is from the management of Peking Duck. The next big step in getting our mega hit played and becoming the next Timberland.
Oh, I'm shaking.
All right, I'm going to open it up.
All right, open it up.
Hit the drum roll.
Here we go.
Hi, guys. Nice to be in touch with you. Thanks for reaching out about Peking Duck. Adam and Ruben are currently both overseas on holidays/break. So we have no access to them.
So they're not coming on. They're on holidays, aren't they?
We'd love to do something with you when we have new music, but we will let you know, keep you in the loop.
Well, that's anticlimactic.
Jeez. What? Do you reckon?
Where do we go from here?
Do you reckon it gives me the vibes of when you have a door knocker at your house and you have to hide under a table or something?
Yeah.
You've got to do some stupid survey.
Yeah.
I feel like Peking Duck, we know you're out there. We know you've been contacted. You don't have to hide from us.
What are you saying? We just go to Europe and find him?
We track down Peking Duck in Ibiza. Yeah. What do we do though?
I don't know. Oh, maybe there's a local DJ out there that'll sample the beat.
There will be. I mean, you've just heard the beat then and there. We'll keep everyone in the loop, but I think it's good enough to have someone take it here in Adelaide.
Maybe. We'll have to revisit this. Peking Duck are off the cards.
Yeah.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.